Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for having me, and thank you for allowing me to introduce today's guest, Mr. Ronald Reagan. Some of you guys are too young to know or remember who Ronald Reagan was. Ronald Reagan was the 33rd governor of California and the 40th president of the United States. Ronald Reagan, the man, was born in Tampico, Illinois in 1911, and led a very active childhood, taking a lot of jobs here and there, digging foundations for houses, being a lifeguard, even working for the circus whenever they came into town. When he finished college, he took a job in Iowa as a radio sportscaster, which also led to his acting career, in which he starred in over 50 films. Ironically, it was his acting career that led to his early political life, taking his job as a spokesman for GE. It's during that time that he discovered that his conservative leanings didn't really mesh with his lifelong Democrat Party, which culminated in him leaving the Democrat Party and joining the Republican Party in 1962. A couple of years later, he gave a speech called Time for Choosing at the Republican Convention in 1964, which is widely held as a hallmark speech for the conservative movement at that time. Others urging. 2 years later, in 1966, he ran successfully for the governorship of California and became their 33rd governor, a position he held until 1975. A few years later, he became our 40th president in 1980. Not even a year later, or a little over a year later, in 1981, he survived an assassination attempt. He touted and implemented his version of economics known as Reaganomics in the first term, and those strategies along with other economic policies are credited as part of the real reason why the Iron Curtain fell in Germany and the demise of the Soviet Union was not far off. For all the good he did in the first term, the second term was pretty much marred by scandal. The Iran-Contra affair was a plot to sell weapons to Iran, in turn taking the profits to give to the Iran or the Contras in Nicaragua. He stood up and told the American people and took full responsibility for it. But it's still disputed today whether he actually had any ties to it, whether he actually ordered to conduct such an operation. In conclusion, I think you'll find a man with an enduring legacy. He was known as the great communicator. His ability to reach through the TV whenever he was addressing the nation and actually just connect with people and make you think that he was sitting at your table, having a private conversation with you, giving you the down and dirty on the level, and it endeared him to a lot of people, regardless of their political leanings. Another attribute that was highly endearing was his tireless optimism. He was always looking out and wanting us, the United States, to be that shining city on the hill, that Camelot, that we could be better than what we are today. And another legacy that's more tied to his policies was his peace through strength, which basically was, we want peace, but we're ready for war, and we'll do anything necessary to make that happen. And economically, the Soviet Union couldn't keep up, and it led to their collapse. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, it's my great privilege and honor to introduce to you our 40th president, Mr. Ronald Reagan.